Here are 20 laws of nonchalance for obtaining women. Number 1. Care less than she expects you to. The quickest route to taking control of attraction is to truly care less than she forecasts. Most males overinvest in attention and emotion, which makes them predictable. This is referred to as value reversal in behavioral psychology. When one invests less emotional energy than anticipated, it shatters the reward system in the brain. The unpredictability induces tension, and tension begets fascination. It is the same reason individuals pursue scarce items or scarce opportunities. Scarcity always heightens perceived value. The guy who remains cool, selective attention becomes the intellectual puzzle she can't keep trying to solve. Number 2. Act like time is yours. Coolness expresses most in pacing. When you walk and talk as if the world moves at a slower pace for you, folks conform to your tempo. This is similar tempo dominance in social dynamics studies. The leader always dictates interaction pace. Hasty movement signals less value, while calm movement signals plenty of time. When a man slackens his movements, hesitates before he speaks, and ambles like nothing can rush him, he conveys quiet power. It is not indolence, it is ownership of presence. Number 3. Make silence your language. Ordinary men speak to fill silence, while great men use silence to fill space. In communication science, silence generates what is referred to as status pressure. The mind interprets the person at ease with quiet as the one in charge. Women instinctively test for this by waiting to see who speaks first. When you don't, your silence becomes authority. The quiet man becomes intriguing, and intrigue sparks attraction much more than words ever can. Number 4. Play validation as currency. Whenever you compliment or approve too readily, you dilute your attention. In economics, inflation happens when too much of anything is available. The same principle applies to human attention. When validation becomes scarce, it becomes gold. Women intuitively feel out the man whose appreciation must be worked for. That little scarcity creates power instantly. When you reward behavior selectively, you build emotional gravity. Your validation becomes addictive because it's not predictable. Number 5. Never pursue energy that draws back. Pursuing is the quickest way to kill attraction. In biology, pursuers send the signal of lower status because the one being pursued is perceived as the prize. Human interaction operates in the same manner. Nonchalance means meeting distance with more distance. When they pull away, you equally reciprocate. The paradox is that stillness tends to draw them back because emotional withdrawal piques curiosity. People always want to see what cannot be quickly grasped. Number 6. Display amusement rather than offense. The bold man never argues in order to defend himself. He laughs. That laughter is not weakness, it is mastery. In the study of emotions, humor in conflict marks dominance because it indicates emotional control. When a woman tests you with sarcasm or challenge, your serene amusement nerves her best. It signals that nothing she says can get you off balance. The guy who can smile amidst turmoil gets attractive since his state cannot be commandeered. 7. Keep your intentions silent. Enigma magnifies power. When you speak precisely what you desire, you strip away curiosity. In behavioral economics, The information gap theory explains people are most attracted to what they do not fully know. The mind fixates on completing missing details. The man who reveals less and lets others guess his motives stays in control. The less they know about what you are thinking, the more they want to find out. Number 8. Reward with attention, not effort. Effort often feels desperate, but attention feels deliberate. The key difference is where the focus begins. When you give your time too freely, it loses power. When you give it selectively, it becomes intoxicating. In social conditioning, reward-based interaction shapes how people act. If she perceives your attention grows only when she is cooperative, respectful, or playful, she naturally conforms to that routine. The tough man employs attention as subtle influence, not money to plead for approval. Number 9, remain unpredictable but consistent in energy. Carelessness does not equate to chaos. It equates to consistency in serene energy but unpredictability in moves. When your mood never changes but your moves cannot be predicted, it establishes safety and curiosity balance. In psychological terms, this is referred to variable reward conditioning. It is the same process that makes gambling or games addictive. The emotional rhythm remains constant, but the results are still unpredictable. Women are drawn to that dynamic because it offers excitement without chaos. Number 10. Let go of outcomes altogether. The last law of nonchalance is detachment from result. Most men lose presence because they secretly hope for an outcome. That hope escapes through body language and tone. Detachment cuts that energy loose altogether. In sports psychology and meditation, this is referred to as flow state. It's when the mind concentrates on things as they are, not on the end result. When you talk with women with that kind of energy, they sense something unusual. You are not trying to succeed. You are just being. That unforced relaxedness is what builds the most powerful type of attraction, because nothing is more attractive than a man who already is complete. Number 11. You treat interest as background noise. When a man really masters nonchalance, even blatant women's interest does not alter his rhythm. He notices it, processes it, and remains in his lane. This is not arrogance, it is emotional mastery. In behavioral psychology, this is referred to as stimulus immunity. The brain no longer responds to validation because it is already satiated. When women realize that their attention does not purchase your attention, curiosity amplifies. Mystery fuels attraction, and indifference generates mystery. Number 12. You never hurry to fill silence. Most men panic when a pause enters the conversational. The careless man employs it. Silence causes individuals to say more than they intend. In communication theory, this is referred to as the pressure of silence. It makes others overcompensate. When you remain silent and tranquil, you quietly gain the advantage without effort. Individuals incline. They attempt to gain your response, not vice versa. Number 13. You allow others to clarify themselves more than you do. When a man speaks too much, he loses power in words. The nonchalant man observes short questions and allows others to fill space. This is based on interrogation psychology, where the one who speaks less always has control. Women particularly notice this. They feel that your stillness is the result of confidence, not fear. They pursue your attention because you never give it cheaply. Number 14. You do not modulate your tone to fit others. Energy control is one of the purest expressions of dominance. When a woman speaks loudly, emotional, or theatrically expressive, and you remain steady, your composure reprograms the beat of the room. This is referred to as state leadership in research on emotional contagion. Individuals take on the emotional tone of the person who is most centered. Nonchalance is not coolness. It is controlling the thermostat and never having it stolen from you. Number 15. You pace more slowly than anyone else. Pace announces presence. Men who rush convey an unstated message of urgency, while men who pace slowly convey plenty of time and self-rust. Research on human behavior indicates that slower walking pace is associated with greater perceived confidence and authority. When you get around in the world with patience, people adapt to you rather than you adapting to them. That slight adjustment in tempo makes everything you do look purposeful. Number 16. You never attempt to prove understanding. When someone calls your intelligence or awareness into question, the vulnerable instinct is to defend and explain. The easy-going man just nods and says, maybe. That small word ends arguments before they begin. It offers no resistance and no legitimation. In cognitive strategy, this is termed minimal compliance. It introduces mental freedom. You are not wedded to having to be a winner, and the man trying to get a rise out of you suddenly has nothing to push against. Number 17. You offer praise as if it costs something. When a man compliments too readily, it indicates he is looking for connection. When he compliments infrequently and genuinely, it makes their impact greater value. In behavioral economics, this resembles scarcity principle. What is scarce always exercises greater influence. When women see that your approval is exclusive, they start vying for it. You generate value not by talking more, but by talking less and making good on your words. Number 18. You never respond the way they anticipate. Predictability eliminates mystery. When a man provides the anticipated emotional reaction, he gives away the control. The man who does not care remains unpredictable in tone, humor, or timing. In game theory, this is strategic inconsistency. It keeps others from mapping your behavior. Women are especially sensitive to emotional rhythm. When your responses never follow a clear pattern, they subconsciously chase your approval to understand you better. Number 19. You treat things like nothing is ever a big deal. When something unexpected occurs, average men overreact or panic. The nonchalant man shrugs and adapts. This calm detachment elicits fascination because it suggests control and anxiety is preferred over chaos. In social dominance research, those who exhibit the least visible stress under uncertainty are considered higher status. When you treat every event as manageable, people feel safer around you and respect you more intensely. Number 20. You leave first. Whether it is a conversation, a date, or a party, leaving first indicates emotional self-sufficiency. It says you control when energy exchanges start and end. In status psychology, this is referred to as closure control. The one who ends the interaction determines its meaning. Women read this intuitively. The man who exits first with no apology makes it known that his world is already filled up. That sense of subtle finality is what makes him unforgettable.